Hi, guys. This is Tracy with Inside Pool Magazine, and this is Billiard Talk. Nick DeLeon is at the Super Billiards Expo this week, enjoying himself, I hope, and also maybe racking up those points because we need that dude on the Moscone. Anyway, we have a sweet little girl named Jordan joining us tonight. She's a 10-year-old out of the Missouri area. Let me roll that promo for you so you can get a good eye on Miss Jordan. And we're back. Hi, Jordan. How are you?
Good.
How old are you, sweetie?
I'm 10 years old.
10 years old. How long have you been playing pool?
I've been playing pool for about a little over a year.
A little over a year. It must be something in between that 9 and 10 stage. I believe Jackson said around 8.5, 8 3/4 or something like that into 9 and 10. Does that sound familiar, Mom?
Yeah, that's about right.
Where are you guys from?
We're from St. Joseph, Missouri.
And how far is that from St. Louis?
About 3 hours.
About 3 hours. So you guys are kind of towards the middle near Kansas City and all that. Awesome. Yep. That's a nice place to be. How often do you get out to play pool, Jordan?
I play a few hours a day. I don't get out a whole lot. I play about 1 or 2 tournaments a week.
Well, that's pretty good. A lot of people don't do that. I think when I played, I may have played in 1 tournament every 2 weeks, maybe. Usually it was mostly just practice, and league. That's pretty much was my life there for a little while. Are you currently enrolled in school?
Yeah.
What school do you go to, if you mind me asking?
I go to Hyde Elementary.
Well, big shout out to Hyde Elementary School for producing a little prodigy here. Mom, when did you notice something was different with your daughter?
Honestly, we had a flood in July of 2020 and our house flooded, and we ended up moving in my mother-in-law's basement where, all of her stuff had flooded, so she only had this pool table that was down there to play with. And while we're busy working on the house, she just kind of picked up the stick and started playing, and she just took right to it. And
wow. So she's just a natural.
She really is. Joey
Gray actually spent some time with Miss Jordan this past week, showing her a couple of things. And I don't know if Joey had heard that I was picking up Miss Jordan for one of my Billiard Talk episodes or not, but Jordan, how did that pan out? What did you think about Mr. Joey Gray?
I think it was really cool, and I was really excited when I figured it out that I was going to practice with him.
Awesome. Did he show you anything that you didn't know?
A little bit about leave and stuff about my stroke and stuff.
Did you get everything fixed, or are you still working on things? I know he has a practice regime that he sets you juniors up with. Do you think it's going to help for your next tournament?
Yeah, all I got to work on really is kind of my leave.
Oh, well, I think you're going to figure it out. Girls are pretty smart that way. Okay. Mom, does she have any issues dealing with the pool life and school? School being affected at all, or grades where they need to be?
I've been very blessed with her. She's always been a straight A student.
Always. Amazing. Do you like school, Jordan?
Nope.
Nope.
Get bored with it. But
I didn't either. I'd rather had my nose in a book. Do you have any other hobbies?
Not really. Just sit on the couch and watch TV.
She's really into drawing and crafting too.
I did the same thing. Not really the crafting. I read a lot of books, and I love to. I put on plays.
Oh, cool.
I guess that's not shocking for most of the viewers. I had this thing where I put on plays. I wrote them out, and me and my siblings acted them out. And when I wasn't doing that, I think we did a lot of being outside.
Yeah.
And being outside with siblings. And I believe Jordan's got a brother.
Yep, she's got a brother and a sister.
And a sister. Oh, okay. Do any of the other two play?
No.
Just Jordan.
Her
Well, you
brother
needed to
will-
do your own. Are you the middle child, the older child, or the youngest?
Youngest.
The youngest. Okay. Well, yeah, they kind of need their own thing. My little sister needed her own thing too. So that kind of works out.
For sure.
Absolutely. Well, basically what happened was I was surfing the internet, ladies and gentlemen, and going through my news feed, looking for tournaments is mostly what I do when I'm online. And I came across a friend of mine that was in a chat, like a group. And Jordan's name came up 3 times. I'm like, what's going on with this? And all of a sudden there's this post, and this gentleman is so upset. I'm not sure if he lost his puppy that day, or there was a major fallout with, with his retirement fund. I'm not quite sure what happened, but he was pretty upset. Mom, can you give us a little rundown on what happened and why this gentleman's so upset with your daughter?
It was our first time going to Blue Springs, and they had posted there was a 4 and under tournament, and she's never really been rated. We've never done league or anything, and I
she just started playing.
Yeah, she's just 10. And so I asked the director, I'm like, is that something she could play in? And he's like, absolutely, bring her on down. So we come down, and everybody was wonderful, and there was 48 players, and she won the whole thing. And this,
congratulations.
this gentleman that was upset, he didn't say much at the tournament when she beat him. It was all on social media afterwards, accusing her of hustling and all this. But I think,
how dare you, Mom, bring that child in there? It's a Saturday. I want my kid to do something fun.
Right? And everybody was so nice, though. It ended up working out because everybody showed so much love and said how humble she was and how, they had opportunities to win. They just made a mistake just like she did here and there. And then she just capitalized and held her composure and just went all the way.
Well, congratulations. You actually did something. You did something big in that community. You don't realize it yet, but you're a pioneer in that community to walk into a place and never played in a tournament before. Not anything probably to that. I mean, 44 is probably a lot compared to what you've been playing in, right?
Right.
So, I mean, that's a big deal. And you were more excited. You didn't even notice he was upset. And to be honest with you, he probably wasn't really that upset to begin with, but the more he thought about it, the more it upset him. And I'm sure he regrets it now. So
Sure.
I'm glad that she didn't get an opportunity to see any of the insanity that was put out there. But you have a massive following, Miss Jordan. These people had your back like nobody's business.
Really did.
Thank you.
And the moment I saw it, and I was like, you tell that little girl to contact me. I got a spot for her in the magazine because we're not going to play none of this crying game in pool with a 10-year-old.
That's awesome.
And Jackson's had to go through this too. You're not the only one. And he puts on his tennis shoes and he grabs his pool case and he goes right back over there. So let's see. I have a couple of questions for you. She obviously doesn't have a Fargo rating. What did they end up ranking her at?
Well, about halfway through the tournament, the director came over and he was very polite, but he said, I'm just going to have to uninvite her back for this particular tournament because it's not fair. She's higher than a 4. And I said, oh, okay. So I'm assuming 5.
Wow.
Didn't really.
We need you, the next time you guys feel like traveling, we need to take you to Meridian. Actually, I was talking with Chase last night and telling Chase they have one in Campbellsville, which is a split bracket tournament. The Whitakers, I believe is the last name, they're putting that on, and it's a high-low tournament just like in Meridian. And basically you go to your skill level.
Okay.
So, if she's a 5 where you're from, more than likely they'll give her that same 5 ranking. Her being a girl, Normally they get one on the wire. But probably what they'll do is they'll make her a 5+1 or a 4+1, which means if she plays somebody her own speed, she'll have to go to 5. But you might want to keep that
information. Yeah.
I'll make sure I get you Joey Henderson's information. He's out of Meridian, Mississippi, and I'll see what I can do about that Campbellsville thing, because I'm actually curious about getting there. I'm hoping that more kids will show up. There's also a tournament going on in May in Bristol, Tennessee, and it's Janet Atwell's. That's her room. I don't know if you've heard of Miss Janet Atwell, but she's a women's pro in the billiard community, and she has a pool room in Bristol, and she's putting on a juniors event.
Awesome.
And a lot of the kids that I've spoken to, I've tried to get them to get in touch with this lady so that you guys can make it over there. So I'll try to go back through there and see if I can find that flyer and tag you to it, Mom. This is Sarah. This is Jordan's mom. I probably should have said this is Sarah, guys. We've been chatting on and off before we even started recording. That way they got a little comfortable with the pool diva. Let's see what else. I had a couple more questions for Miss Jordan before we have her get on that table. What has been your biggest motivator or support system in your short time playing pool, Jordan?
Well, first would probably be my mom and dad, then Bronson and Candace, my Aunt Nikki and Maria.
Well, they're going to love that you did that. And do you have a preference? Who is your favorite professional player?
Mine would be Shane Van Boning, because he is very humble and he's a good shot, and he doesn't get mad if he ever misses a shot. He just keeps going on.
He just keeps going. That man has a lot of heart, and he catches a lot of fish. He is currently fishing.
I saw that.
I think Shane does a lot of relaxing when he's not on the table. That mental, Shane's been playing since he could hold a cue. Did you know that? There is a
videos.
Did you get a chance to see some of them? He has a video about his life out there, and he's been playing since he could, his grandfather bought him the tiniest little table. So, everybody has their starting point, and, Shane takes his off time seriously.
Yeah, I watched that video.
It's a good one, isn't it? And he's funny. Jason Shaw is also a comical guy. If you get the opportunity to see any of Jason's videos, those are good ones too. And he's a dad, so he's softened up over the years. Let's see. What has been your biggest accomplishment to date? I'm assuming it's that tournament.
Yeah.
And a well-deserved one too, Jordan.
Thank you.
Let's see. So far, you've been playing off and on. You said about 2 tournaments a week before this big tournament that you snapped off. And have you learned anything since you started playing a little more competitively instead of just playing in the basement?
I've learned that if you practice a lot, you get pretty good, but you got to keep doing it, because the more you practice, the better you get. And if you don't do any practice, you're not going to get any better.
Right. It's just like anything, when you learned how to walk, your mom wanted to hold your hand the whole time, but you were ready to run and you fell down probably 1,000,000 times. Pool's the same thing. You're going to scratch 50 times before you run that rack. At least I do. At least 50 times.
We did too.
Let's see. What is the one tournament you would like to attend, and why?
I would like to attend in the Junior National Championships in Las Vegas, because I'm going there this year, and it sounds really fun and sounds like something that I could do really good in. I
think you would have a blast there, and I think Mom's going to need a lot of coffee to keep up with you, because that is a lot of pool. Super Billiards Expo also does a juniors event. So if you guys get the opportunity maybe next year to check into that, and that way she'll be a little more prepared for that larger venue. It's a little overwhelming when you walk into a room and there are what seems like thousands of tables, and there is a lot going on. So
Yeah, I just went to one in Des Moines last weekend.
how did you feel?
There was 200 tables.
Oh, 200 tables. Sorry.
How did you feel about that, Jordan?
I was ready and excited.
You're excited. It was a lot, though. It's a lot of stimulus, and trying to get a 10-year-old to bed after all of that, that's got to be tough, Mom.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't get home until, golly, what time was it? Probably midnight, 1 o'clock, and then she got up for school the next. No, actually, we stayed home that day, didn't we?
Yeah.
But she was ready.
Probably a good call, because you probably would have been cranky at school and trying to fall asleep in the middle of class. So that was probably a good call. Every now and then it's okay to play hooky, I guess. I'm not going to say you need to or anything. That would be terrible for me to say.
I was never tired, but the latest we stayed for a tournament was that tournament at the side pockets. We stayed. It was up till like 5 o'clock in the morning.
Those are hard. The Diva does not like doing those 24-hour tournaments at all.
But I was never tired. I can stay up all day.
This face does not last long when I'm up for 24 hours.
It was hard. Thankfully, it was a Friday, so there was nothing.
Right.
Saturday.
I usually do these tournaments, and if they're long like that, like Derby City, you don't know if it's daylight or if it's dark outside because you're stuck in a casino for a week. So by the end of it, all of us looked like we had literally been camping for weeks. You know that, what is that? There used to be a TV show called Naked and Afraid. That's exactly how I felt by the end of Derby City. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired. And I was only there for 4 days. The rest of the people were there for 14. I couldn't do it.
Oh my.
Yes. Unfortunately, because it is a casino, the kids can't come in. And, you know, we're working on a lot of things. It's so hard to get all this stuff, you know, together. It takes years, sometimes years, a year or two of planning for these events to get put out there, and all the, you know, all the marketing for the kids, and it needs to be a safe place for the kids. So I'm guessing the casino industry didn't want to take that, you know, that hit with the insurance, having the kids there and all, but they used to allow it because it didn't used to be right there in the middle of the casino. That way the kids could actually get to see these bigger name players like Shane and Jason's and your
cannot wait to meet
Omar's. I bet if I can pull it off, I'll see what I can do. Okay, I'll see what I can do, but that's a lot of begging. We'll make Nick do it.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, let's see. We have some more questions. Jordan, you still feeling good about all of these questions?
Yeah.
Okay. How have you handled the pressures with playing pool so far? Your mental game, how do you feel like you're doing? Because Mom's going to have a different story, I'm sure.
I don't feel the pressure. I just play my game, and I don't worry about the outside. I just do my best, and I keep going.
So you're out there having a blast. You could care less. That's a good attitude. Mom, pretty much what you're saying?
I agree. Like, she is so focused when she plays. You wouldn't think she was 10.
Right.
Everything can be going on.
I saw the bridges on those pictures, Mom. Those look like, you know, she knows what she's doing, and she's in it. The cute thing about it all is she looks like she's having a good time, and it doesn't look like she's stressed. She's in basically what I'm trying to say is you were in your element. Those photographs depict you being in your element. You are literally having the time of your life.
Thank you.
And you're focused. And that young lady is exactly what's going to get you up there to the top. You stay right there in that little zone, and that's going to get you there. And let's see. Do you currently have a practice regime? I mean, did Joey set something up for you, or did you have something before that? Or do you just, basically what I used to do is just throw the balls on the table and run them out. But I started hanging out with some pros, and they wanted me to do different types of drills to shake it up. Do you have something in particular that you do every time before a tournament?
Not really, but We're setting up thing with Joey Guerrero where I'm going to practice with him and he's going to give me stuff to try out.
Oh, okay. So you're not done yet. I don't blame you. We like to take Joey in small doses.
Well, we're ready, but
And he's a great teacher. You are in good hands. I promise you that. You're in good hands. Let's see. We already talked about how many hours you practiced. If you could fast forward 10 years from now, Jordan, where do you see yourself?
I see myself playing in a big tournament in Las Vegas.
In Las Vegas. I see you overseas playing in a big tournament over in China.
Thank you.
You'll be sitting there, and Shane will be there with his cane and his diet drink cheering you on. Because the rest of us will probably be retired by then. Do you have any plans for extending your education, Jordan? Do you plan on doing something else besides playing pool, or is pool something that you want to make a career out of?
Pool is something I probably want to make a career out of, but I'm only 10. I got no idea.
Actually, you might know more than what we know, and I'm in my 40s, honey. Sometimes I wonder, am I doing the right thing with my life? So you're pretty much dead set. You're going to be a professional pool player.
Yeah.
I look forward to it. And hopefully I'm still around by the time you win that big cup overseas. Everybody wants that big giant cup so they can drink out of it, I think. I'm not quite sure what they're doing with it. But they're probably washing their socks in it. Who knows what they do with it. Boys are boys.
You got that right.
Jordan, do you feel that junior players get the support that they need from social media, from tournament directors, the media in general? Do you feel like you guys are getting the exposure that you deserve?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
Do you think we can work a little harder at it though? Just like, I don't want to say anything bad.
We've been very blessed locally with.
Well, I'm glad you're getting that exposure, because it's not every day that you see a 10-year-old that goes into a tournament and wins it. That's unheard of against grown-ups. It just doesn't happen very often. So when you have a little prodigy like that, it's best to cultivate that. And she's so those photos, when I saw them, I knew. I'm like, this kid's going to be something else. You've got a talent. So whatever Joey tells you to do, make sure you listen, because he knows what he's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see about getting Shane to talk to you. He doesn't even talk to me. If say I got unlimited money, somebody said, Tracy, you do whatever you want to for these kids. They need whatever they need. I'll give it to you. What kind of tournament would you like to see happen for you guys?
I would like to see people help kids travel around the world to play in tournaments.
So you want funding so that you can travel to play.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Haven't heard that one. Usually people want a Derby City for the kids or Super Billiards Expo just for the kids. She's got big dreams, Mom.
Does.
She's got big dreams. You keep dreaming. Never stop dreaming. Girls are supposed to dream always. Right. Always. Because as long as you're dreaming, that means you're going towards something, and you always do that. All right. Well, so we've answered all of those questions. Do you have any questions for me?
Nope.
Nope. How about we get on that practice table and you show us what you can do, little lady?
All right. Okay, I'm going to turn the camera around here.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Miss Jordan and her mama Sarah, and she's going to show us how she practices when she's at home. Is that a diamond you have there, Mom?
No.
This is
It's called a plank and hide.
Yeah.
Oh, it's pretty.
Thank you. This whole pool thing is all new to us. Since she picked it up, we're just learning as we go.
Well, I completely understand that.
Can you see it okay?
It looks perfect.
Okay.
So do we have that's a 9-foot table you've got in the basement?
This is our family room. And
okay.
How big is that?
It's 4 by 8.
It's 4 by 8, he says.
That's a nice size table actually for her. I mean,
Thank
that's
you.
perfect. It's right in there in between the two, and it does what it needs to. Does she play any other games besides 9-ball and 8-ball?
Sometimes I'll play 10-ball and snooker.
Snooker.
She loves
Goodness, she's a go-getter.
Yeah.
Well, I have to get her in the banks, one of those banks tournaments. We'll have to teach her how to bank and get her in a banks tournament.
Yes.
Then we'll really see the boys cry.
You'll have to check out her YouTube channel. She's got one on there of her shooting some banks.
Well, if you have that link, go ahead and shout that out there to the crowd. That way, if they want to watch her hit some balls.
It's Jordan the Pool Shark.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Check out Jordan on YouTube. You do whatever you need to do, girl. We're going to sit here and watch. Actually, I would like to see your favorite shot. What is your favorite shot that you just love to do?
My favorite shot would probably be this jump shot that I have. I put the ball right here, and it's just a fun shot I like to do where I put a ball right in front of the pocket, and I go up, and I make the ball.
Good job! Oh my
That's
God!
a fun shot I like to do.
She loves jumping.
So if you were going to say you're going to practice, can you show me what that routine looks like? Just whatever it is that you do when you're just going to hit balls to practice.
So really, I have
Talk loud over
2
here.
other sets of pool balls, and I'll put them all around the table, and I'll put the cue ball in the center of the table, and I'll do my best to clear all the balls off. And after I do that, I'll do it again.
You know, there was a gentleman by the name of Jonathan Hennessy. He taught me that same thing.
Yeah.
He said, you've got to keep that cue ball in the center of the table. And I was like, that's work.
Yeah.
Good job. Is there one shot that you've had problems with that you talked to Joey about and you feel more confident about that shot now?
No, not really.
Not really? Well, let's see you run some balls, girly.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Jordan, she's going to run a couple balls for us. Apparently, she has that jump shot down really well.
Yeah, you'll have to check out those videos.
I play with the.
We're going to have to get a challenge match together between you and Jackson Schultz.
I play with the Shane Van Boning carbon fiber blue.
Nice.
Stick.
And do you have a jump cue as well?
Yeah, that was my jump cue. It's a break stick that turned into a jump stick.
Okay.
These are both she bought with her own winnings on pool.
Very nice.
I have to tell you, she first started, she took her allowance and bought a $24 cue from Nebraska Furniture Mart. And that's what she played with for over a year until she won some money and bought her new sticks.
Did Shane sign that one by any chance?
I think it came on there.
Yeah, it
Okay.
came with the.
It's like
I think he has his own edition that he had signed. Okay, it's
Yeah,
on
right
there.
there.
There it is. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to tackle him and see if I can get a cue ball signed so I can get it to her.
I don't think she would sleep for a week if that happened.
Where is she playing snooker at, Mom? Do you guys have a local area that has a snooker table?
Yeah, there's a pool hall called Break and Run.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a snooker table, and they taught her how to play. And every time we go in there and practice, she'd look at that table and she'd say, I want to play on that. But she had no idea what it was. And they showed her, and she just loved it.
They had me playing with regular size balls on a snooker table to teach me how to, you know, shoot accurately. And that was the most disturbing practice I've ever had.
Really?
It was so tough to get those balls in those pockets. It was literally
Yes.
tormenting.
There you go.
Very nice, Jordan. Very nice.
Thank you.
Well, you're welcome, hon. Do you guys have any tournaments coming up that you're planning on attending?
Yeah, this weekend we're going to Sioux City.
Sioux City. You have a fantastic time there, and don't you make any grown men cry now. You're supposed to wait until you're in your 20s to do that. Oh, my goodness. I will try to get that information out to you, Sarah, of Janet Atwell's place, and see if they have a spot open for her. If not, I will see what I can do about getting her a spot if she if she wants to play in that. And that will be in May. And I'll see if I can get that information for you. That way you can actually play around kids, you know, your own age, and you get to see the different styles and how far they've come. I believe Savannah Easton will probably be there. And I don't know if you know her.
Yeah, we've been following her.
And then I think there's a Haley plays out of Janet's place, and a couple of other kids I've sent over there. Jackson will be there. So hopefully we can get all of you guys in one little area and we can have some fun.
That would be awesome.
I think you guys would have a blast. And it's nice to have other kids, you know, your own age to be able to talk to about some of the shots, you know, and just enjoy being kids.
Absolutely.
Do you have any peers that play pool?
In school?
In school? No, not really. Just you by your lonesome. You don't seem like it bothers you all that much. I never cared either. It was like, I like being by myself. At least I'm not having to deal with my brother and my sister.
That's right.
Well, it's been a pleasure, Jordan, and I do appreciate your time. If you ever need anything from me, please don't hesitate to ask. I'll get that information out to you, and I'll see what I can do about getting a little something from Mr. Van Boning if I can get him to talk to me for 5 seconds without a fishing pole.
That would be amazing. Even with the fishing pole, that's fine. And we appreciate your time too.
Oh, absolutely. Anytime. Like I said, it's been a pleasure, Miss Jordan, and you keep doing whatever it does that makes you happy, because that smile on your face makes me feel like I'm doing the job I'm supposed to be doing. So that'll keep me on the road finding little girls just like you that need somebody to say, hey, we need more rooms for these kids to play in. What pool room are you playing out of right now?
This is my living room.
This is it. Okay. So you guys don't go to any other places to play other than those one particular areas?
We go to Break and Run here in St. Joe, and then we go to the Pub and Grub in Easton.
Okay.
And then the Side Pockets in Blue Springs and Lenexa.
Okay. So those are the 3 pool rooms that you'll probably see this little rack runner at. So if you guys are game enough, get in the box with this little girl, because I guarantee you she's going to be one of those prodigies. You're going to wish you shook her hand when she was little. All right, Jordan, you guys have a great night, Miss Sarah, and thank you so much for your time. Your video is uploaded within the hour, Jordan, and Inside Pool thanks you. Good luck.
Thank you so much.
Bye. Well, that was Miss Jordan, and I'm going to run her promo video one more time. If you guys know of a junior player that needs just a little bit of exposure, please contact me at Inside Pool Magazine. I will run Jordan's video, and then I'll cut to some other information that I need to share with you guys tonight. This is Jordan. Well, that's it for tonight, folks. I want to give a huge shout out to PMP Clothing Company for sponsoring the Diva and Nick DeLeon this month for Billiard Talk. And also a big shout out to Steve Dittmar with Poolaholic Gear for making sure that a lot of us stay dressed to success. Also, my new apparel company that gives me my diva line, that's Posted Up Apparel. So if you guys need any information on any pool tournaments, please join me at Inside America's Pool Rooms on my group page, or you can join one of our many other pages at Inside Pool Magazine. This is Tracy signing out. You guys have a great night.